Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Together Apart video series. We find ourselves in a devastating moment as a global community. For more than a week, we have watched with dismay at the Russian invasion of the Ukraine. We've been horrified by the violence and destruction that the people of Ukraine have had to endure. And our hearts have broken to see the humanitarian crisis that has been developing because of this war. For some of us here at TBT, we also have personal connections to Ukraine and to its people. So we are sitting with fear and with uncertainty about the future of the places and the people who we hold dear. This has been a devastating time for our world and for many of us. Now, as Jews, we know that this war flies in the face of so much of what we believe. That as Jews, this war speaks against everything our tradition hopes for our world and attempts to teach us. Fundamentally, we believe as Jews that every single human being is precious. This is because all human beings are created in God's image. This then means that every time a human life is taken, especially when it's taken for no good reason, not only is humanity diminished, but God is diminished in the process. Our tradition also teaches that whenever a life is taken, it is as though an entire world is destroyed. And we know this from our experiences of dealing with the losses of loved ones in our life. We know that when they pass away, we know when someone's life is taken, that a world of relationships, a world of memories, of legacy, of growth, of potential, of wisdom, all gets destroyed. It is no small matter to take away a human life. We also know that our tradition says that violence is something that is very dangerous. It is something that we only resort to if it is absolutely necessary. The act of destruction, of violence, of brutality that we have seen is deeply antithetical to who we are and what we believe as Jews. Now, in response to this moment, there are two paths that I would invite us to consider. One is a path of action. For example, I'll invite all of you to consider donating to one of the many organizations that are providing humanitarian aid for the people of Ukraine. If you'd like to know more about possible organizations, you can reach out to me. Another path that I'd like to invite you to consider is the path of prayer. I want to invite all of us to pray for peace and an end to violence. I want to invite all of us to pray for democracy, for the success of President Zelensky and all others in Ukraine and beyond in their efforts and our efforts to fight against totalitarianism. And I want to invite us all to pray for healing, to pray for the healing of the people of Ukraine and for our world, whose soul has been deeply wounded by these terrible events. So as usual, I want to invite all of us to reflect this week. How might each of us act in support of the Ukrainian people? And what is each of our prayers in this very terrible moment? As usual, I look forward to hearing your responses to these questions. You can reach me at rabbi@bethtorah.org. I look forward to hearing what's on your heart and your mind.